Howdy YouTube, today we're taking a look at the Jakks, Rocky Balboa Mason, the Line Dixon. This is actually a really cool figure. I've had it for quite a while now. Big fan of Antonio Tarver, who is the actual professional real life heavyweight contender that played Mason the Line Dixon. I actually really enjoyed the Rocky Balboa movie. Some people loved it, some people weren't a fan. I actually thought it was a really well-made movie. I think they told a really good story, and I'm very excited for the upcoming Creed movie as well. Really cool-looking character, cool-looking figure. I have been following boxing lately. It was really sad. There's, for those who don't, heavyweight title fight between Vladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury for the heavyweight title, and it wasn't on pay-per-view, at least for me, and there was no way to for me to watch the fight. So a little bit bummed at that, and I'm a little bit bummed in boxing in general because it just hasn't been a very entertaining sport. You know, you've still got the Floyd Mayweathers, and but even then, the fight with Pacquiao was just disgusting. You know, you compare it to UFC, and UFC has some bad fights, or MMA has some bad fights as well. But it's just, I'm finding it a lot easier to get into the personalities, the fighters in mixed martial arts than I am with boxing at the moment. I think it's very political and very arbitrary sometimes how they get title shots. But I guess the same can be said for MMA as well. In terms of packaging on this guy, though, he comes in the standard Rocky Balboa packaging. For Rocky Balboa, of course, they had the black color scheme. I believe for Rocky 5 it was blue, Rocky 4 was red, and then 1 and 2 I'm pretty sure were red as well. 3 I can't recall. But some really cool figures that they released. The Clubber Lang from the Rocky set is an exceptionally rare figure that I'm hoping to review for you guys soon as well. But in the meantime, let's get Mason opened up and out of packaging. And taking a look at the back of the packaging, other figures in the set: Rocky Balboa, obviously Mason Dixon, Mike Tyson, which I've reviewed, and Michael Buffer. The read-up on the back says, with a 33-0 record and 30 knockouts, Mason, the Line Dixon, is the undisputed heavyweight champ until it suggested that that he would have lost in a fight against Rocky Balboa. So now in an exhibition match dubbed Will vs. Skill, the fight is on for real, and Dixon is pulling no punches. I thought it was a really good fight. I thought he was a really cool character. You know, I'm a big fan of Apollo Creed from the old school Rocky movies, and for whatever reason, just, you know, the established champion is how Mason Dixon came across to me, and I really enjoyed it in the movie, and the fact that I like him as a boxer in real life too always helps. Other figures from Rocky 5, we've got Rocky in street gear and Tommy the Machine Gun. So let's get this guy opened up. Okay, and here we have Antonio Tarver, Mason the Line Dixon, opened up and out of packaging, and honestly, he's a really, really cool figure. One thing that I noticed that you don't really pick up in the packaging is just how big the actual boxing gloves are, and they're huge. I'm not sure how well it comes across on camera, but it takes up a substantial amount of the figure, which I was not expecting. In terms of the figure itself, I think they've got a good shot of Mason Dixon there. I think they nailed the face scan. Jakks always do a really good job with their faces, trying to get a good view for you guys there. He does come with basically this soft cloth towel, which is removable, of course. One problem I really have with this figure, which is really bugging me, is the joints on the arm, particularly this one, is just super, super loose. And that is really annoying, if I'm honest. In terms of detail, he's got his standard boxing trunks and everything like that. He does have a ball-jointed head, ball-jointed arms, swivel in the bicep, bend at the elbow, swivel in the wrist, swivel in the waist, legs move forward and back, bend at the knee, and then swivel in the ankle. So your standard range of Jakks, basically wrestling figure articulation. The cloth, I mean, what purpose does it serve? Probably not, you know, a huge purpose, but it's certainly better than nothing. So it does just rest on him. There is like a little elastic piece that you can put to hold it down. Okay, and here we've got Mason the Line Dixon set up with some of the other Jakks Rocky figures like the Mike Tyson and also the NECA Rocky figures. And as you can see, he scales really well with the Jakks, Rocky, and scales well with, say, the bigger figures like the Clubber Lang or the Apollo Creed. But I think just with the NECA Rocky, the scaling is really off. The Rocky looks really undersized. He doesn't look like a heavyweight boxer, that's for sure. But with a lot of the other figures, I think he fits perfect. I think he's a really cool looking figure, that's for sure. I'm really glad I was able to pick him up, hoping he gets a heavyweight title shot sometime in the near future. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this review on the Jakks Rocky Balboa Mason the Line Dixon.